Good day, Minecraftians. Purple Mentat here with episode 5 of FTB Infinity Evolved Skyblock. Last time we got our mob smelter put together and I showed you how to do some basic agricraft breeding. Between last time and now, we've been busy. Got some of my volunteers to do a bunch of the extra breeding for me and leave me with a bunch of 10-10-10 seeds of just about everything that I need and everything on the way to what I need, which I'm pretty happy about. There are a couple of things we don't have yet though, so let's work on getting those together. To do so, I took the time to sieve up a special item, the Ancient Spores. These are a 1% drop rate from sand. I got them in, I think I had 60-ish compressed sand when I started, and I have 35 left, so about 150 sand worth, or 2.5 stacks or so. But you use ancient seeds on dirt, and you will get mycelium, which will happily spread to all of the other dirt nearby. I'm going to go ahead and put a good bit of dirt down around it. Now, the mycelium is very useful for one specific reason. If we were to put one of these, or both of these actually, oak barrels down right near the mycelium and fill them up with some water, you can see that that water starts changing colors and is transforming. It's going to take a little while for that to happen. I'm going to go ahead and grab myself some sand while it's doing that. And out of my sieving, I've managed to get some more iron as well, which is going to be very useful to us right soon here, because we're going to need we're going to need some hoppers is what we're going to need. Let's see. I guess I can use the rubber wood. Why not? Stops me from needing to, or maybe I can't. Sigh. Fine, I'll grow more trees. I really need to I need to get my hands on a decent automated tree farm already. I'm going to do some looking into that. My plan is Steve's carts, which should work fine. Anyway, when this is done, it turns into witch water, and if you put sand in witch water, you get soul sand back out. The reason this is important for me is because I can sieve that soul sand and have a 5% chance of getting nether wart. That's pretty much what I'm going to be doing for the foreseeable future, is dumping sand into the barrels, keeping the barrels filled, and making myself some soul sand, and then sieving said soul sand to try to get nether wart, so that I can get the spores that I need. Because while I can get mushrooms from the mycelium naturally, I can't turn them into spores. And I can't use these red and gray mushrooms to make the Beef Wellington, which is the overall point of this. I need white mushrooms. Oh, actually I can. I thought I needed white mushrooms. Well, this'll do for now, but I still want to work on my way towards the white mushrooms. Derp. So to get the white mushroom spores, there they are. We need to breed the brown and the red together to get on top of any sort of farmland. And to get the brown spores, we need netherwort and potato on top of mycelium. And to get netherwort, we need some soul sand with the netherwort on top. So as you can see, it's going to be a bit of work to get there. I'm hoping I will get lucky. That 5% drop rate means that I could go through dozens of soul sand without finding any netherwort. But if I am lucky, I should be able to find it fairly quickly. That would be ideal, as far as I'm concerned. Well, at least we're getting nether quartz. That's useful, right? Sigh. Alright, folks, I'm going to be working at this for a while, gathering up the mushrooms on the side and keeping my eye on those so that we can get the Beef Wellington. The other thing that we're going to need for the Beef Wellington is a presser, and this is the one that takes actually quite a bit more breeding than the Beef Wellington itself. To make a presser, you need celery, asparagus, oats, and cabbage. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go through the breeding path for those because it's relatively extensive. And as you can see, there's, probably 30 or so different types of seeds in here. Yeah, it's pretty intense. So let me grab the materials I need for that. I think I have most of what I need, except for planks, because I am perpetually out of wood. All right, I'll be back when I'm ready to actually build something. See you soon. All right, here we go. Asparagus, celery, oats, cabbage, piston, and 4 ingots gets us a presser, which luckily doesn't need any form of power. All you need to do is dump some soybeans into the presser, and it will start working. Once they are pressed, they become silken tofu. Give this just a moment more. And then you can repress the silken tofu to get the firm tofu that you need. I think that there's other uses for it as well. Yeah, red velvet cake, potato and leek soup, cream of avocado soup, banana split. It looks like it takes the place of milk when it's in silken form. But then again, so does soy milk, so I have no idea. It's also edible on its own. Let's see, now that we've got our firm tofu, we're going to need some, oh, that's carrots, that's potatoes. I don't have spinach set up just at the moment. There we are, spinach. Double click to put it into search mode, by the way. Now this is not anywhere near the kind of nice, convenient setup that I would like it to be yet, but it will be someday. While we are working on the rest, I will go ahead and harvest all of this so I can toss 32 more of these in here. And we're going to put our carrots away now, because we're going to need something to make dough. And dough is made with your choice of flour. Well, it's made with flour, your choice of water, a mixing bowl, and salt. To get the salt, we're going to need basically your choice of water plus a pot. Luckily, we can craft fresh water. Unfortunately, it takes water buckets to do so. So this is not the easiest process at the... Oh, I thought I was going to be able to get 4. Sigh. This is unfortunately not the easiest process at the moment. Let's see if we can craft salt with a water bottle and get the bottle back. That would at least make things a little less awful. Pot, please. Ooh, yeah, we'll use that one. And no bottle back. Sadness. Maybe we can... I've got some extra bottles somewhere. Here we are. Maybe we can craft fresh water out of water bottles and get our bottles back. Nope. Oh well. Such a shame. Such a shame. Alright. Flour, on the other hand, is the easy bit. We can use rice to make our flour. You just need to get yourself a mortar and pestle, which is just some smooth stone and a stick. My smooth stone being over here. And we can turn a crop into... No, we can't. Can we do like that? Nope. One way only. I guess that must be a regrowth recipe that allows for that. Oh, and now I'm going to need more water. Jeez. Can't wait until I can get a liquid crafter or something like that set up so that I don't have to do this all by hand anymore. That'll be great. So you, and what am I missing for my dough? Ah, the mixing bowl. which I'll come over here and make. There we go. At least you get your bucket back when you make dough. That would be terrible otherwise. Oh, that'd be awful. We can keep our pot and our mixing bowl in here for the time being. So dough plus firm tofu plus your choice of mushroom plus some spinach gets you Beef Wellington. Fantastic food, and more importantly, a 13.5 times boost on this guy. So it's going to be able to process much, much faster, even though it only has that one survivalist generator pumping out 5 per tick into it. We're definitely going to be fixing that sometime soon. Look at how fast that's moving at 5 RF per tick. And the boost does last quite a long time. Long enough to be worth it, in my opinion. Alright. So, I think that my next step, I'm going to set up another one of those survivalist generators to help power this autosieve a little bit more. And we're going to work towards getting a lot more resources, as well as automating some of these processes. Really, the secret behind that is going to mostly be getting a lot of... Why do I have extra bits and bobs here and there? Let's stop that. A couple of hoppers set up, another presser, I think, and moving away from hoppers and towards a more solid method of automating where things go. Some ductwork or some transfer nodes or something. There's lots of options. Man, doesn't not last nearly long enough, though. Oh well, it's not like it's hard to make more Beef Wellington, it's just a little bit annoying at this point. There. Okay, I'm gonna do some busy work. I'm gonna make sure that I have plenty of water and salt available so I can make lots of Beef Wellington. And when it comes time for something more exciting, I shall return. Alrighty, between last segment and now, I decided that I needed another sound muffler for my monster farm because things were just too loud, and I wanted to get my cobble gen going again, so we needed 2. To produce the string, I have set up cotton. Cotton can be made by combining your barley and your daisy seeds. And then it's just a simple case of every 3 cotton is 2 string. So you have a very easy infinite source of wool this way. Also, it was pointed out to me by the Twitchipedia that to be able to grow nether wart, I need darkness, at least some level of darkness. So I am going to set up a little growth closet to be able to do all of our mushroom breeding over here. We'll stick you back here. I've been expanding the platform slowly, keeping things fairly industrial at the moment. We're going to be working more aesthetically in the future, but that's a ways down the road yet. All right, so I'm going to need some slabs and planks to do this properly. Now, the way things are going to work is if I... where's my soul sand? Here we go. What I'm basically doing is setting up a growth closet right here. And to do that, if I put some planks like that, some slabs like so... Ooh, actually I'm going to want them up 1 level, aren't I? So, I want more slabs right here. We'll put that torch back. And now I'm going to want to put my crops on all of these. Where'd my netherrack go? I did some more soul sand sieving, so I have a couple more pieces of netherrack to work with, or nether wart to work with now. Get those in here. Get rid of you, actually. And now the planks, or slabs again, like this. And then we're going to want a set on the top side of that block. Right there. If you hold shift and right click, you will delete just the one side of the slabs that you're looking at. So if I were to cut this down with out holding shift, it'll do both, but thanks to Cleese slabs, if I hold shift, it will only do the half that I am looking at. The half I'm currently targeting, as it were. And I need another torch, don't I? Or I need to move this one slightly. There we go. Excellent. Now I can easily see in there. See my nether wart. Oh. There we go. Block that off. Fantastic. And that'll be great for letting things grow. Unfortunately, you still can't bone meal it. It's not going to get you anywhere. You gotta wait for it to grow naturally. Sigh. What? There might be some things we can do to speed this up. Your options, off the top of my head, are to get yourself a watering can, which involves getting to beet, corn, kiwi, and steel. Or getting an agricraft sprinkler system set up, which can be done with irons, buckets, with iron and wood. But this isn't going to speed things up a ton. The open block sprinkler is another option. Redstone and iron will allow you to do that. Unfortunately, I don't really care to do a bunch more plant breeding right now to get the watering can or set up a blast furnace. Instead, I want to improve my power gen and resource automation. I do have a couple more survivalist generators over here, which have helped output some good early resources, but not nearly enough. So let's work on improving every aspect of this. We'll save these blackout curtains for later. The blackout curtains are cool because they do stop light from passing through, but we're not going to need them until we want to make like a large nether wart farm. They're just something I wanted to get crafted now while I was thinking of them. Oh, wow, my inventory's a mess. Let me handle that. I have been informed by Twitchipedia that this, in fact, will not work because the nether wart needs a full block of air over top of it. As such, we're going to have to make a slightly more complicated design, but let me show you how that's going to work. There we go. And we need this block to be empty. So, let's see. How exactly does that happen? We keep that block empty by putting you here. Actually, put you back. I'm putting you here. And blocking off there. Actually, let's slab that one instead, because it will let me get up there and see what I'm doing a little bit easier. Some slabs across like this. This will allow me to still see in easily. And then we can put the full blocks up top. And a slab here. And now we have darkness on the inside. Unfortunately, that is spawnable terrain, but if I just put a crop there, nothing should be able to spawn, but with my luck, I'm wrong about that. So there you have it. There's your option if you do need to improve things further. Well, I mean, basically that's what we're going to have to do. What I've got down there right now. Let's get this blocked off with half slabs so nothing can spawn. Put a torch back up. I'm going to need to go make more torches. Yeah, let me go grab some of the charcoal that I've been making up and make some torches. That'll make life a little easier, won't it? There. Now they've... Oh, and there we go. Now we have growth stage 14%. We can be sure that they're actually growing for reals now. So, as it turns out, you can bone meal nether wart when it is in the proper conditions to grow. Now I'm just waiting for some mycelium to spread to this block so that we can then use our nether wart to produce some red mushroom spores and some brown mushroom spores, and then we can combine the two of those to make white mushroom spores, which I am told do not need darkness to grow, and that'll make life a lot simpler. I'm not going to bother breeding up the nether wart and etc. to 10-10-10 quite yet. That's a project I'm going to do in the future. I'm just sick of plants between this and regrowth, even though I had minions helping me. What I am going to do is make myself some better power production, starting with some iron gears as usual. Takes 4 iron ingots worth of each. And we're going to be making some culinary generators, which are going to require some firm tofu to create. Because we've already got the Beef Wellington going, not making culinary generators would be kind of silly. I'm not a giant fan of using them just because they really are kind of... I almost feel like they've been force-fed to me in this pack, but they're also just that good. So, oh well. I'm sure I'll survive. Considering I can put... actually, let me show you. Actually, this guy's near full power. We won't be doing that. I can put 1 Beef Wellington into a culinary generator, and it will generate 152,000 RF at 60 RF per tick. So that's considerably better than anything else that I have easily available to me near the beginning of the game. All I needed to do to get there was some tedious plant breeding, and now my power problems are basically solved for the foreseeable future. They're not solved long term. Trust me, there are so many more problems with power in this pack than these guys can solve on their own. But it's gonna do me pretty good for a long time. Because with the 2 of these, I have 120 RF per tick output helping me along. Now, what I want next is I want to stop needing to rely on manually compacting all of my cobblestone and such. I also don't want to have to manually fuel this thing anymore. So there's a couple of items that we can build to help with these goals. First among them is going to be some transfer pipes. And they are made like so. We'll make half a stack. And then we can use these transfer pipes to make some transfer nodes. Specifically, I want a liquid transfer node right now, using an ender pearl. Oh, I don't have an empty bucket on hand. Let's fix that. There we go. This gives us 4 liquid transfer nodes, and if I stick a liquid transfer node on the side of this crucible and run the transfer pipes over to that tank, well, now it will keep the tank full. And I don't have to do anything except keep this item hopper full of cobblestone. Excellent. And if I ever want to get a bucket of lava for any other usage, I can just come over here and grab it straight out of this tank, and it'll happily fill it back up real fast. Also, the node itself, I believe, has a buffer of... I actually don't even know how many buckets of lava it can hold. Further, and more excellently as far as I'm concerned, I believe that they respond to redstone. Okay, I got confirmation. They do indeed respond to redstone. So, we're going to go ahead and make sure that we have our molten glass on the bottom. I'm making clear glass, by the way, which is made by pouring one sand block worth of molten glass into a casting basin. Let me find it. You get the idea. And I want to speed this along. One easy way to do that is to stick a transfer node there, but I also want to be able to shut it off anytime I want, and the way I'm going to be able to do that is by stuffing a lever here. And doing so will stop this from importing or exporting anything further. You're still going to end up with a bunch of molten glass clogging up your buffer doing it this way, but it will allow you to clear out like your molten iron, or in this case, the molten aluminum brass. We're going to be turning that molten aluminum brass into ingots. We're still going to use the faucet for that because it's safer. But this is something that's going to be used later down the road, not immediately. So I'm going to go ahead and toss this in here for now. And I'll clear out the rest of this on my own. Just wanted to show you how I'm going to be speeding up the smeltery. Now, as long as I put a block number of the ore in there, like if I put in 18 molten iron blocks or 18 iron dust ore, then I'll be able to have it come out to be 36 ingots, which is 4 blocks, and this thing will go immensely, tremendously faster than the faucet would. As you can see, oh, crud, now the aluminum brass is on the bottom. That's fine, that's fine. You end up in a situation like that and you need to clear out the ingots. Here's what you can do. You can grab this hopper, stick it underneath here, or actually, we'll do it like this. If you make the mistake that I did, go ahead and set it up like so, and then you can just run your transfer pipe to there. And once you turn it back with the lever off, it's going to find a place to put the molten aluminum brass. Just make sure that you get rid of that block once you are out of the molten aluminum brass. So let's just watch this for a second. There we go. And now all we need to do is cut the connection and repair our pick. Boy, gotta get a new pick made soon, but I'm gonna get some netherrack moving before we do that. The transfer nodes are going to make automating our smeltery go a lot faster. A lot. All right, there we are. Transfer nodes going. Awesome. So why did I want 2 culinary generators specifically? Well, to be able to get basically anywhere on this tech tree, we are going to need, by the way, I'm trying to dry out some brains because I was told that was an option. To get basically anywhere on this tech tree, we are going to need to get some lasers set up. To get those lasers from BC Silicon, we're going to need diamantine electron tubes, which are going to require a thermionic fabricator. Now, the fabricator itself doesn't actually use much power. That's not what we need, but the lasers do. What do we need for this? Just a bunch of gold and bronze. Okay, cool. Let's get some bronze, melting it down, huh? There you go. Where is our copper and tin? Well, that's iron. There's tin. And I had copper. Oh, it's all still in powder form, isn't it? Yes, it is. I'm just going to put equal amounts because I know I'm going to be using a ton of bronze over time. So I'm just going to put 9 of each in there. Actually, how does bronze work? It's not an even number, is it? No. Come on. I know I can make bronze in the smeltery. And I think it's 3 copper. There we go. Yep, 3 copper to 1 tin. Okay. So if I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tin and 15 copper, I'm in a good spot for that. Excellent. As soon as we're back to the glass, which it looks like we are, we can turn this guy back on. We'll wait for that to fill. There we go. There we go. And now we will have all of the bronze that we're going to need for the immediate future. Might need to get rid of some more glass before I can actually have the bronze work. We'll check back on that in a minute. And as you can see, we've got quite a bit of other materials available as well. Now, that's going to let us start getting into the tech tree. But I've got a mess over here, a very non-server friendly mess of just items all over the place that I need to sort out as quickly as possible. And the easy way to do that is going to be making an item called a trash can. There it is, extra utilities trash can. Do I have smooth stone on hand? No, of course not. Actually, I don't have... Oh, there it is. And I don't have any regular cobble on hand either. Wow. So very prepared. You can feel the professionalism in the air. Here you go. Cobblestone, some smooth stone, trash can. And with the trash can, you can use an item called a filter. Item filter from extra utilities. Oh, wow. You're more expensive than I remember. Bam. And we're going to then need a regular item transfer node, which I need another chest for, which I need more planks for. There's never enough of anything in this game, I swear. Really? Really? I keep forgetting that you only get 2 planks per log when you're manually crafting. It's painful. Oh, I also need more smooth stone. Okay, no problem. Awesome. Here we are. Now, how is this going to help us? Well, basically, if we set up our trash can over here... over here? Yeah, right there. We can now grab anything that we consider junk from these boxes. And I'm going to consider arrows right now to be junk. This is step 1. We can right-click the item filter, put the arrows in there, and now if I put the item filter into the trash can, this transfer node will only be able to put arrows into that item filter. It's not going to move extremely fast. It doesn't need to either. Now, what we need is to be able to have these pipes going into something else that can actually provide us with some proper storage. So what we're going to do is we're going to have you here, here. Let's see, what do we got? We have gunpowder, bone, ender pearl. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, let's call it 10. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now what we're going to put on those pipes are storage drawers. Yes, there we go. But I'm going to need a whole lot more planks for that, because we need to make a bunch of chests and use a bunch of planks to turn them into storage drawers. What? Why you gotta be like that? Come on, game. 8, 9, 10. There we are. Now, if we have oak drawers, specifically... Ooh, apparently I need yet more planks. See what I mean about getting that, that... tree farm? Yeah, getting a tree farm going. Very important. This will only ever be able to accept bones, which is fine for our purposes. That's all that we need. And it will hold up to 32 stacks of bones. This one here is only going to be able to accept the gunpowder and etc. Once it finds the right spot, it's going to search along every single bit of this path. To make it speed up, you can whack it with a stick and tell it what path it's allowed to search along. If I were to say you must go up from here, I think it's that way. And then we can tell it has to go that way. Then you have to go that way. And then you have to go to the right. And then you have to go down. Then you have to go left. Then you have to go up. And then you have to go up. And then you have to go right. And you are an end point. Now it's going to efficiently search along and follow the paths that I have told it to follow. We can also disable those connections. I thought I could just disable the connection itself, but it seems I can't. Might be able to do it with a cover, but that's fine. Should be good now. Should be a fairly efficient path. And you are currently trying to place rotten flesh and have nowhere to put it, so we need to give you another drawer. Alright, so come on, you should be searching along. Oh, it's stuck now. If it gets to the end with nowhere to put things, then it becomes a problem. So it might take a little bit of juggling on my part at the beginning, but we'll get this sorted fast enough. Now, it's not as nice as the barrels. As you can see, every time it finds a place to put things, it stops, puts things in there, and continues on. And this one transfer node on its own can't possibly keep up with the amount of drops that we are getting. However, we can speed things along. I don't know how I'm getting much in the way of spider eyes. Just luck, I guess. To do so, we're going to need to use an awful lot of redstone. Wow, it won't even let me put the arrows in manually. Oh well. As you can see, though, it's getting rid of them. We're going to need an awful lot of redstone and gold to be able to get the transfer node to be able to keep up. So I'm going to work on smelting down some of the gold that I have into a more usable form. Well, we've got a little bit of bronze. Hey, we can start making some ingots out of the bronze. And we've got a whole bunch more tin. As we clear out room, more of that, more of the copper will melt and create more bronze for us. The big deal is that we're going to need 4 ingots and 4 gears to get started. Do we have? Yes. Because that's what it's going to require to make the thermionic fabricator. Man, what a mess this inventory is today. You start out an episode with a somewhat clean inventory, and it just goes to heck by the end of it. Pretty standard, honestly. Alright. So, where was that frame? It wasn't a frame, is it? It's a casing. Yep. Sturdy casing. Yeah, it's just literally 4 and 4. Very simple. Get you going again. We'll check back on that in a minute to make sure that it doesn't start attempting to put our bronze in there. All right, 1 sturdy casing. Fantastic. So now we should be able to make our thermionic fabricator once we have the gold going. All right, back in a bit. Actually, never mind. We are way over time, so that's going to wrap up today's episode. As you can see, we've got a little bit of automation. We will be expanding our automation tomorrow. We'll be finishing off the white... Well, not tomorrow, but the day after. Next episode, we'll be finishing off the white mushrooms. I'm going to get those done off camera, so you don't need to worry about it. And we're going to be working on getting some serious resource processing and creation going. Plus, I'm probably going to spend some more time expanding the platform between episodes. The big thing is I need 18 diamonds to be able to make the builder's wand, which I really, really want before I do too much more as doing it all. And I also need steel rods. So I'm debating about how much I actually want to do before I have those pieces of tech. We'll see, basically. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If so, leave me a thumbs up, tell me what you liked. If not, leave me a thumbs down and tell me what you didn't. Either way, you want to see more of this series in the future, please click subscribe, and I'll see you next time.